The cost of success. As I think about the late great Michael Jackson and all that he sacrificed, all that he gave up to become the world renowned Michael Jackson that we all know and love, he gave up a lot, y'all. He gave up the right to go against his father, for his firing his father. I shouldn't say go against, but he did give up the right to make some people upset. And as I ponder on success as a whole, it's going to ruffle a lot of feathers with some people. Some people are not going to understand your journey. And that's okay. Because, like we always say, that God, when He gave the vision, He gave it to you. He didn't give it to everyone else. So you have to be willing to ruffle some feathers, per se, to get your dream off the ground. And Michael Jackson was willing to do that. He was willing to give up and sacrifice for his dreams. So that is what we have to understand, that success costs. Success costs. You're going to have to be willing to get down and dirty. What are you willing to give up to have success? I mean, you may have to unfriend some people. And when I say not unfriend, I don't mean unlove them. I mean, you're still going to have to love them, because God said that we must love. We have to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. So you have to love yourself a great deal to even love anyone else. So that's not what I mean. I mean that you may have to set some boundaries, and that's fine. That's okay. Some people may frown upon that, but you have to stand firm to what you believe, because God said we walk by faith and not by sight. So it's gonna look pretty dark before the sunshine. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, because Michael Jackson was willing to, go against the grain, per se. He had to have someone fire his father, and he also had to have the big enough vision to actually not only fire his father, but hire someone that can take him to the next level. And that's a word within itself, because when we think about success, we think about, oh, we may have to keep the same people around us. I don't want to, lose this team. This team have helped got me so far. But sometimes in order to go even higher, in order to go even further, you have to hire some new people. You have to get around some new people. And it's not that you don't love the ones that help you get to point A, but now to get to point B, C, and so forth, you may have to hire someone else. You have to get some more expertise, per se. You have to get some expertise, some different perspectives. And that's okay, because that's a part of the journey. You have to be willing to hire some people. You may have to be willing to change a lot of your habits, because some of us want millions, but do you have millionaire habits? When you study most millionaires, they're very, very focused. They're very disciplined. They're very goal oriented. They're very, strategy. They hire strategists. Their whole mindset is, how do I multiply what I have, which is actually biblical. So that's what success is. Wealth is definitely spiritual, because in the Bible, that goes back to the talents, the three men with the talents. God gave one five, one two, and one one. The one with five multiplied his to five more. The one with two multiplied his to two more. The one with one held his. So that showed what God already knew about the men. Why did God give them different talents? Because He knew the ability of all man. He knows the ability. So you wonder why you don't have more. Can God trust you with more? Can God actually, can you increase what you have? Can you multiply? Because that's actually biblical. Can you multiply what you have in your hand? Or do you want to hide it? Do you want to hide your talent? You may say, oh, I don't feel comfortable going on camera. But is it actually about you, or is it about God's assignment? Because that's ultimately what it's all about. It boils down to, what did God say do? God said that, whatever He's telling you to do, you fill in the blank. Some of us, as myself, he told me get on camera. I'm not, always willing to get on camera. I'm not a shy person, but I'm also, don't feel comfortable all the time on camera. But I had to put all that aside, because none of that matters. Only thing that matters is what you do for Christ. So if He asks us to do something, He was willing to die for us. So that's the least we could do, is fulfill what He's asking us to do. And then we're also constantly asking Him, so why can't we do what He asked us first? Because He said, if you be willing and obedient, you're going to eat the good of the land. So that is what I want to say on today. what costs are you willing to pay in order to have success? Because you look at all these successful people, but have you ever sat down and studied your favorite person, the one you admire, the one that you would like to mimic, or shadow, or get a mentor, be their mentee, or have yourself mentored by that person? Have you ever studied what they have to go through in order to become the person that they are, in order to maintain who they are? It's a great depth of work that they have to do, and most of all, they have to work on themselves. And when they work on themselves, that affords them to live their dream. But they gotta constantly do it. It's not a one-stop shop. It's a constant evolving. It's constantly learning. It's constantly being willing to get out your comfort zone. It's constantly doing things when you don't feel like doing it. When you're comfortable, that's your safe space. But that's not where the success is. It's in the deep. It's not on the shallow. It's not on the shore, I should say. It's not shallow. You have to be willing to get deep into it. Gotta go all in. You gotta go all in to see the greatness of God, because that's where the faith lies. And believing in something, Lord, I don't know how it's gonna happen. It's the hardest thing, actually. It's really hard to try and fathom, Lord, I don't know what's gonna happen on the other side of it. But as the lepers did, they said it was 10 of them, and they like, should we stay here and die? Or should we just go ahead on and see what's on the other side? So you might be saying, oh, I don't want to go forward, but where you are now is not where you want to be. So it can only get better. So why not go see what the Lord have for you out there? Because He have so much. He died that you may have life and have it more abundantly. So that's why we should be willing to just get out of our comfort zone. It's not easy, but anything worth having is definitely going to take a sacrifice, and it won't always be easy. So that is what I want to say on today. I just want you to ponder on that and just think about what it takes to actually become successful. What does it take? What is it going to cost you? Because it's going to cost you something. It cost Jesus His whole life to redeem us. So why do you think you're going to be any different? Why do I think it's going to be any different? We're going to have to give up some habits, going to have to give up some ways, going to have to give up some people, unfortunately. You're going to still love them, but you have to get around more like-minded people, and that's fine. And anyone that does not understand that, I mean, hey, that's not your problem. Everybody's not your assignment. And it's not your job to shrink, and it's also not your job to explain what God told you to do and what He's expecting of you, should I say. So the real people, the right people that's supposed to be in your life, they'll understand, and actually they'll welcome it, and they'll help you to get to the next level that you desire. So until next time, you guys be blessed and have a fantastic Mother's Day weekend. All my mothers out there, enjoy yourselves, treat yourself, pamper yourselves, because we deserve it. We have the hardest job in the world. So you guys be blessed, and until next time, I'll see you on another video. Bye-bye.